here, and he is Fransisco Martinez. He is the Director of Community Partnerships at Project Quest. I want to welcome him, and I also want to thank him because he sponsored and hosted one of our Bridging the Gap meetings a couple of weeks back. If you're looking for a new career, if you're looking just to maybe upgrade what you're doing as far as what kind of work you're doing, believe me, you definitely want to go to the Project Quest. They offer a lot, and I'm going to let him get into a little bit about what they do because it's a lot. So I want to give him some time. But Francisco, thank you for being here. Say hello to the people listening.
Thank you to all our listeners. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Bridging the Gap, for having us. And it was an honor to have the other nonprofits and other Bridging the Gap partners join us a couple of weeks ago at our campus, at our office there at the Southwest Vista campus, Southwest Vista College. I'm sorry, St. Philip's College Southwest Campus. I apologize. St. Philip's Southwest Campus.
And that you're located out there on the south side, close to, well, actually, that was Kelly Air Force Base. Part of Kelly, right?
It was. Funny story about, or interesting story about Project Quest. So we got our start 30 years ago, this year, 30 years ago, this our 30th anniversary, with the closing of the Levi Strauss facility. We used to employ hundreds of folks here in the community.
Right. Off of Highway 90.
Off of Highway 90, not too far from us, right? So that plant closed. Hundreds of folks were displaced. Good working people, jobs, lost their jobs from one day to the next. So with the community coming together, Cops Metro, city leaders, and the community coming together and say, hey, these jobs are gone. What can we do about it? There was a need for Project Quest. And Quest was born originally out of a 2-year project to provide the services that we provide. We do not do training. We work with established training partners like the Alamo Community Colleges and other programs who provide training, but we partner with participants to make sure that we help them navigate the process, provide them support services like tuition assistance or emergency assistance. So going back to where we're at St. Philip's Southwest Campus off of Quintana Road. That used to be Kelly Air Force Base. So back in the 90s, we had Levi Strauss close, and then eventually Kelly Air Force Base. All these support jobs, all these jobs from the community, thousands of jobs were gone. So we are now back to our roots, right? 30th anniversary, we're back to where it led to the founding of Project Quest. We're in the footprint of Kelly Air Force Base. We're down the street from the new port, the tech port, all these new businesses and initiatives coming through the community. And we are back to the community that saw us created 30 years ago. Prior to that, we were at Our Lady of Lake University, not too far either. But we're proud of our history, Project Quest history, more importantly, the community's history, right? Community came together, Cops Metro, city leaders came together, founded and saw the need for Project Quest, and here we are 30 years later, continuously doing and improving on the work that we do. And we're proud of that work. Like I mentioned, what we do is we connect community, we connect participants, as we call them, to training opportunities in 3 specific fields: healthcare, IT, technology. We want to make sure that folks are able and given the opportunity to receive training in areas that are in demand and high need, high paying jobs that lead to careers. We work with 3 essentially individuals, three participants. Folks who are underemployed, have a job, but aren't making enough. They don't see room for growth, or they're just, everything's costing more. They're just not making enough. They're underskilled, a job that doesn't provide them a skill set, a job that, hey, welcome to the job, here's what you're going to be doing, and then you move on. And of course, the folks that are unemployed, folks who do not have work, the folks who do not have a job. And we work with adults 18 and over in those criteria, and we want to speak to them. We want them to know that, hey, we are here for you. Just like you mentioned, upskilling folks who have a job, who are doing okay, but who've always thought about, hey, maybe I need to go back to college or go to school or get a certificate program that'll help me with that high-paying job, or a job that I can get into and eventually make additional income and have an opportunity for mobility. And we've had a successful track record of 30 years of being able to do that. The folks that we work with, because again, who we are and where we're at in the community, about 80% are Black, Indigenous, or people of color, right? 69% of them are women, right? We talked about the Levi Strauss, the costureras, the folks, the seamstress who work in Levi Strauss. 50% of them are parents, 29% of them are single parents. So it's folks that look like us, people who are listening to this show now, who may be working, who may not be working, or who may be working but just not making enough. We want you all to know about Project Quest, and that's why we do a lot of work with community nonprofits and groups like Bridging the Gap, is we want to make sure that as we service our community, we here are also a community service organization, social justice organization, who was born in the community because of a need, because of a void, and are now here helping meet that need and providing that partnership with the participant to connect them to training programs that can lead them to a career. And what we do is provide some tuition assistance, provide some emergency wraparound services. Emergencies come up, emergency need for childcare, utility assistance, because now you're going to school or not able to work as hard. We're here for you, but more importantly, we become a partner with that individual in that path. From the time you come to us to the time you graduate, and actually 18 months after you leave us and get a job, we will continue to work with you to make sure that you are successful, to make sure that you're thriving, and to more importantly, lead to that career-changing, life-changing career. You know, we have statistics, we measure who we serve and how we work and the impact that we have. I mentioned to you who we work with, right? 69% women, 80% Black, Indigenous, people of color, 50% parents, 29% single parents. We also track when you come to us, where you are in life, right? How much money are you making? How much money you're not making? Where you are in life as far as family responsibilities, so that we know that we're going to end this with you and we're going to become a partner and make sure that you're successful through the process of getting trained. And we're able to tell you that right now folks come to us on average about $14,000 a year. They leave us making about, here I have the statistics here, they make us leaving about $43,000 a year. That's a 208% increase in hourly wages.
That's a great big jump, not just, hey, 10% or something like that.
And we're proud of that because we know that it's the participant that we're measuring, but ultimately that participant comes with a household, comes with a family, comes with children, and we want to make sure that we're making that life-changing impact in their personal career development, but also know that, hey, if mom and dad are making a little bit more, maybe we're provided a little more, providing more opportunities, less stress. A lot of things have to do with work, right? Stress, mental health.
Yeah, and just making ends meet. I mean, that's especially the way things are right now.
Listen, I grew up, my parents are immigrants, right, from Mexico, and I know what it is to be that child that knows that there's not enough, knows that your parents are stressed, right, knows that we're struggling, knows that comparing to other folks in the community, a lot of us are still one paycheck away from struggling, right? So we want to make sure that we provide our participants, our community, with that opportunity to feel some hope, opportunity for better jobs, opportunity for better wages, because we know with that comes some opportunities for improvements in your life and the improvements of your family.
Right. And it's so important too, not only that, because you are empowering them, but not only that part, but I know I've had a couple of people that said, I'm going back to school because I want my kids to see that example, that if mom can do it, if mom can go to higher, learning education, that it'll influence them and say, hey, well, mom did it, so we have to follow along. So it trickles down. So whatever you do as far as an adult or a parent, that if you have a family, that definitely is going to influence the kids and say, okay, hey, this is our next step. Because a lot of times, especially here when we, in the West Side, a lot of times they think, well, some of them barely make it through school or drop out. And so when you start to set that example and you start to, empower the family, it just changes everything for everyone who's involved.
It's funny, I look over at my sleeve because you mentioned the word, the empowerment, right? So I should explain to you what we do and how we do it, right? But more importantly, what we want to achieve is 3 words, right? Hope, dignity, and empowerment. We wear that on the sleeves. We see that on the walls if you come and visit us. But ultimately, we want to make sure that folks come to us. We provide them what we do. We provide the outcome of the job and the career. But at the end of the day, the feeling we want to leave folks with is the feeling of hope, dignity, and empowerment. You mentioned the parents and their kids. We're part of a very large initiative here. We, meaning you, me, and everyone listening into this in the city of San Antonio, is part of a big initiative called Ready to Work, and I'll come back and speak to you about that right now. But we're one of the organizations, one of 4 organizations, bringing in additional participants through the Ready to Work initiative. And a couple of weeks ago, we had the opportunity to highlight on KSAT 12 a story of exactly that person you mentioned, a stay-at-home mom of 4. She's at home, she has little ones, she's telling her kids, like all parents tell their kids, hey, go to school, do better. And she realized that, hey, I'm telling my kids that they need to go to school. Maybe I should do that as well. Be that example, be that role model to my children. So she's now in a bookkeeping program. She's getting a career. She's getting in that training program so that she can, one, earn money and have a career, but more importantly, be able to come home and tell her kids, hey, listen, if I can do it, if I'm a mother of 4, if I can go back and get the training, and I can, yes, get that career, that's important, but more importantly, be that role model and example for you, and then those folks around her in their community, in her neighborhood, family. I was the first to go to my college in my home, is be that example. All of a sudden, what? if she can do it, I can do it. And more importantly for those kids, and we want to provide that hope, dignity, and empowerment. And how we do it is through this program, by connecting and becoming a part of someone's path to a better career, skills. And you know, college does not necessarily have to be a 4 or 5 year process. There's programs that we work with, all the range from several weeks to a couple of years, right? We have a lot of certifications that are recognized by the industry and technology. You know, computers, everything is technology now.
Yeah.
But even some of those old school trades that folks used to not go away with, that schools did away with, commercial driver's license. I mean, if you want to have a steady income, commercial driver's license, right? Go into the trades, forklift certification, to do all these different air conditioning, HVAC, welding, automotive technology. You know, we're at St. Philip's Southwest Campus. And if you go to our location, the first building you're going to see is a brand new automotive collision and auto welding facility.
I saw that. I passed by there last week, and I don't think when we went, at least maybe the wordings weren't up there, but I saw that.
Yeah, it's coming about. So again, it's us realizing that, you know, these jobs, you and I went to school, maybe we had shops. Eventually they closed down the wood shop or the welding shop. Yeah. But now, as folks age out of those careers are in demand. Those careers are in need. You know, a lot of the folks, we have our team at Project Quest. You know, we work with the folks on the beginning side of it when they come to us and talking to them where they're at in life, what they want, putting into the career track, working with a career coach. We have a whole other team that works on employer engagement, talking to companies who have these job vacancies and letting them know, hey, we have a group of folks coming through our system, coming through our pipeline. And all these employers are starting to realize that, hey, why wait to post a job when I can go and talk to the participants and say, hey, you're a couple months out from becoming a CDL driver, HVAC, registered nurses, medical assistant, talking to them now, providing that opportunity. And oftentimes our folks are employed before they get out of us, right? And that's a beautiful place to be, to have options, to have ability to say, hey, they're paying me this much money, or this is an opportunity that I come to. And that's life-changing for them, but also for their families. I also want to talk about Ready to Work. So Project Quest has been here for 30 years. With COVID, the city of San Antonio responded and provided a program called Train for Jobs San Antonio. And out of that came an initiative, a voter initiative in November 2020 that was passed by 66% of the residents that said, hey, we want 1/8 of a cent to go to workforce initiatives in the city. So Ready to Work became active here a couple months ago. And that's an opportunity for any city of San Antonio resident who's over 18, who's able to work in the United States, to take advantage of the programs like Project Quest has to offer. But this is a bigger program, part of a bigger community that has the city, staff, the mayor, everyone's investment and involvement in it, from the Chamber of Commerce, working with employers to make sure that they understand, hey, we're investing this money, the residents are investing, you and I, anyone listening into this, we're making this commitment. Every time we go buy something, we pay sales tax. Money's coming back to this initiative, Ready to Work. Project Quest is very proud to be one of 4 partners who is saying, hey, we sign up, we want to take these Ready to Work participants, put them through that process, but have that leverage and what we call the ecosystem of everyone working together, working with the employers and saying, we are making an investment, we as a city are making an investment. Please understand that we're going to have folks that are highly trained, motivated, and ready to work, and keep these jobs locally in San Antonio, so that when we hear about companies coming into San Antonio, it's our community, it's our residents filling those jobs, making that money, putting that job money back into the community and into the economy. So we're very proud of that work, Ready to Work. Again, if you're over 18, you're able to work in the U.S., you're not currently enrolled in school, and are making below 250% federal poverty level, Ready to Work is here. Project Quest is here to support you. But more importantly, if you're over 18, underemployed, underskilled, or unemployed, Ready to Work is able to help you, and Project Quest is here to support you. So if you want to get more information on any of that, you can go to our website at questsa.org, QUESTSA.org, and learn about Project Quest, learn about the programs we have available to you, and also learn about how we can connect you to the Ready to Work initiative. But more importantly, get you motivated and get you talking, even if you just thought about it one time. You know, one day I'll do it. And now you're 31 years of age, you're a parent, and you know, you don't see that mobility, or you just want it better for yourself or your family. It's never too late. We have folks coming to us at all times, at a place in their life, and we want to work with them.
No, absolutely. And that, like I said, the program, I can tell you, I didn't see everything, but I know what I have seen and what what you've talked about. It's. I mean, let's be honest. All these programs that are happening now, they weren't available 20, 30 years ago. And so, back then it was kind of like you're on your own. Either you went to school or you didn't, and you were stuck or you were stuck. But so many different opportunities now that are being provided. I mean, there's no excuse, right? And the thing about what you're doing is, I think it's a big stepping stone, because it's like you said, well, maybe some of them don't want to go to a 4-year. But then you got that option, because once you realize, man, I've already accomplished this, and I've heard this from other individuals that said, I started with this, I got a little certification. As a matter of fact, we have a young lady here that started a program, and so now she thinks, what, I'm going to get certified, but I think that I want to go to get my associates and then maybe go to the 4-year. So it really acts like a stepping stone, thinking that I could never do that, but this gives you the opportunity for self-confidence, especially the way you all are hands-on and really like you said, and I'm a firm believer in that, building relationships with people.
We have a 30-year history, and in those 30 years we provided the services and graduated over 8,000 participants. And we are blessed to be able to hear stories from folks. One story that comes to mind, you mentioned to me, I mentioned to you the hope, dignity, empowerment, right? Those are feelings, and those are things we want folks to own. And that's how we do our work, to make sure that they feel and genuinely feel that they have hope. They feel that they've been treated with dignity and they have dignity, but more importantly, feel empowered. So these programs that I talked to you about, from the commercial driver's license to the short-term training programs to the associates to whatever programs that you may do, we consider that only a beginning. We have a young lady that came to us, Rhiannon, and we've publicized her story. She came to us when she was 29 years old, single mother, living at home, bartending, waitressing. And she said, what, I don't see a future for myself or my daughter in this way. And it's not necessarily the future I want for myself. She came to us, she connected with us, she started off, she got her registered nurse, she became a nurse. Then from there, she got her bachelor's. She's working on her master's. She's now going to be teaching at a nursing school. So again, it's that sense of, this is only the beginning. Sure. If this is what you want, a stepping stone. Yeah. If you want the certification, if you want the training, if you want that degree, we're here for you. After that, hopefully folks learn the experience, and we've cultivated that relationship with them, and they've owned that idea that, hey, I can do this even if I'm 31 years of age, even if I'm a parent, even if I'm a stay-at-home mom, even if I'm whatever. You have the skill set, las ganas, the desire, the want. We're here to help you make that reality. Right. And Project Quest is very proud of that, because again, going back to our history, we are here to serve those who have that ability to want more, and who are willing to do the work. We're here to partner with you along the path. You're never alone. We're going to connect you, hold hand in hand, and see you all the way through, even till after you graduate and get a job.
Yeah, and that's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that, that you're really investing in people. It's not just, hey, just give me your money and let's get you through the program and get you out of here. Because unfortunately, that's happened a lot, But when you hear that, you really want to invest in people and help them succeed. I mean, you don't want to pass up an opportunity like this, especially, you're doing something right, because you've been doing it for 30 years, so you definitely want to look into this and figure out, maybe this is the time for change. Maybe I need to maybe take that next step up or level up, to be the example, or just to better myself, because the opportunity is there. And I know you've offered some programs, so can you touch on some of the programs that are offered?
Sure. So one, we are a nonprofit. We're a nonprofit 501c3. We don't charge for our services. We go out and fundraise grants. We're honestly and blessed to be able to partner with Ready to Work and the city and different funding sources. So we ourselves, the programs and the services we offer, from the time you come in and doing the assessment and seeing where you are in life, what classes you have or what classes you don't have, working with you on your career track, working with you on addressing or finding an educational partnership, and that coaching that we do from beginning to end, as well as that placement, free of charge to you as a participant, right? What we do work is partner with you in finding the right school and program that's affordable and also provides you the outcome that you want. Some of those programs, obviously, there's costs associated with them, but we do partner with a lot of our cost-effective programs like the Alamo colleges. And then we as an organization, through the funding sources that we have, whether it be Ready to Work or the private funding or the grants, are able to actually provide you some financial assistance for tuition. Ready to Work does that, Project Quest does that, and also some of those emergency wraparound services that you may need because now you can't work as much and you have to go more to school. Emergency child care assistance or CPS utility assistance, we're able to provide that assistance to you. So those programs that we have are in 3 major fields. Healthcare, right? Everything from certified nurse aide, licensed vocational nurse, registered nurse, some of the longer path. Information technology, certifications, and those cybersecurity training programs that are shorter term, 6 months, a year maybe, to get you that certification that is recognized by employers to have you be able to get a job in those technology fields, as well as trades, right? We talked about HVAC, welding, construction technology, culinary arts, diesel mechanic, electrical trades, logistics. We talk about everything going on with warehouses and people not being able to fill jobs. And HEB, I saw a billboard the other day paying like $18, $21 an hour for the logistical jobs that were HEB. So these are the kind of trainings that we partner with organizations like the Food Bank or other organizations to provide you those certifications and get you job ready within a couple of months, all the way to a year or more, in those larger trades or larger careers like registered nurse. So again, 3 main fields: healthcare, trades, and information technology. And they can go to our website at questsa.org to learn more about those career tracks, but more importantly, sign up for an information session where someone from staff will talk you through what it is we do, how we support you, and then ask the question is, are you ready? And if you're ready, we are here, and we will continue to work with you and bring you in and get you ready for a career track.
Right. Now, I know a lot of things were being done virtually. Are you back into the classes there? Do they come to the campus, or is it some of them are virtual? Or
so Quest does not do the training itself. Our sessions that we do for our participants are both in person. The Quest information sessions are both in person as well as virtual. So we had to adapt, like everyone else in COVID, to make sure that we updated our process. So we now offer Quest information sessions online for you to go online and to hear about our process, or you can come on into a campus and into our facility and learn about our information and our services. Now, the training is done by all of our training partners, Alamo Community Colleges, as well as other private organizations who do the training. And those folks are hybrid. Depends on the program. Could be in person or virtual. But there's options for everyone.
So there's the options are there. You've heard it. There's no excuse. Maybe you're thinking about, I have been wanting to do something. I just didn't know where. Because a lot of times that's what stops you, right? Because you don't know, where do I go? Who do I talk to? How can I get this, done? And so now that you have heard all the different options that are available, the things that are available for you to be able to do what maybe, to level up to another level, to maybe make that impact not only on your life, but also for your children, and not just children in your family, but the community as well. You definitely want to be able to take advantage of this.
One thing that I tell Sal, I'm a dad of 2 girls, and I tell them, hey, other people in life are going to tell you no, or other people in life are going to tell you can't. That may be the case, but don't be that person for yourself. If you see that you have hope or you want, figure it out. Let's work together, and that's what Project Quest is here to do, to help you feel that empowerment and show you that you can do it. Again, we have a history of doing it, but more importantly, our community has a history of getting it done, and we want to partner with folks making sure that happens.
Well, and there you have it. Don't pass up this opportunity. Reach out to them. It's there for your benefit, and believe me, I can almost guarantee you that if you follow through, you will not regret it. We're at the end of our show. Thank you, Francisco, for coming in and taking the time to be here with us and to share what Project Quest is doing. We're so grateful and thankful for what you're doing for the community, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're at the end of our program. God bless.